Hey, what is up, you guys? This is Prasad here for ccdaily.com. So, my view on who is going to be nominated for the GOP. GOP's nomination top five. My pick. Who I think would really make it. People first started with how can you start the GOP race without Donald Trump? Well, you can't. He's been I would say he's just turned the tide on political wisdom and punditry. He is Bernie Sanders the establishment. If that is even a word. So what do I think about Trump's candidacy? Is he gonna go far enough to be nominated? Well, I'll get to that in a second. Who else do I think has a shot at 10%, 20%, 30% shot at being the nominee for the Republican Party? I feel John Kasich seems like an intelligent guy comparing the others. He seems pretty he seems pretty aware of what he knows, what he doesn't, and he seems in control. This season, people are angry with establishment politicians, but still, he managed to raise some eyebrows from the first debate. The next person on the list that I feel is really a standout was from the kids' table. Carly Fiorina. The right's answer to Hillary Clinton, woman candidate rising in the polls. Well, because she was pretty good in the debates. She does need her due, and it was pretty good. But she was against equal pay for workers, standard stuff for equal pay for women workers, to be honest. So she has a shot. She's not like Michelle Bachmann. She's a serious candidate to deal with, considering the others in the race. The next is Ted Cruz. He can get the Tea Party base on his side purely because he embodies the movement. No, I wouldn't say he is their boy, but people consider him as somebody who, if you're in the Tea Party, you'd pretty well have a favorable view of Ted Cruz for what he says and what he does. So that is a plus for Ted Cruz. That is a lot of voters in the right for Ted Cruz. So that is positive. And a place that is Ted Cruz comes in at fourth from my list. John Kasich is at second, and Carly Fiorina is at third, and Ted Cruz is at fourth. Who comes in at fifth? Well, now it's a volatile position. It can change. That position, I'm willing to concede, is up for grabs. I'm thinking an outside candidate like Ben Carson. I know. If you're from the left or a moderate, you're independent, you don't know who Ben Carson is. Well, he was a neurosurgeon from far back. He was really exceptional in his job. But he's also far right wing, which might be trouble in the general election, because you got to be in the center or a little leaning towards the left. So Ben Carson, why do I feel he's fifth and it's a volatile position? I would have placed him higher because of the abortion clinics, the abortion fetuses that he used to make research on, and from 1992, and totally now is pro-life all of a sudden. And he says it's evil of some kind, and he had done the same thing that he says is punishable by law. That's hypocritical, and I think that might play a role. I don't know about the polling as of yet, but I'm sure it's going to take a hit. But people are really pissed at the establishment, so they might let it slide. But that really is an issue, can put some people off in the right. And coming to the star, Donald Trump. He's confident, man. His immigration policy recently, his interview with Bill O'Reilly yesterday was a good example. Bill O'Reilly disagreed with Donald Trump on the immigration policy, but he still stayed confident, man. He's confident. He's cool. He's confident. He's angry. That really plays in the psyche of so many people. You like it or not, it's going to have an effect on the outcome of how people are going to vote. People are excited. The right is excited for Trump. He's cleaning house, man. He's cleaning house. The others are like boys in front of Trump. He's as confident, like, give me the country right now. I'll take care of it. Son, you go to sleep. I'll take care of America. That's the feeling he generates. Policy wise, I don't know if it's even considered policy, but he's very confident, man. And people underestimate him. They still now, they're saying he might vanish off, but he won't. He definitely won't. My prediction is he's going to be the nominee, the GOP nominee. He's rising against Hillary Clinton in the general election polls. Can you imagine that? He's just 6 points behind when he was around 15, 16 points behind a couple of months back. Maybe even 20 larger. He comes back like a phoenix, man. So how and who, if Bernie is the nominee of the Democratic Party and Donald Trump is the nominee of the Republican Party, then there's a fight. Not if Hillary and Trump. It's not going to work that way. Donald Trump is entertaining. He is enthusiastic. He brings out the inner self. Man, people are fired up for Donald Trump. I don't know how, but they are, because he's entertaining, maybe. So that is lacking from Hillary Clinton. As you can see, she's falling down in the polls. So Donald Trump has a huge shot at becoming the 45th president of the United States, which is amazing. He's got a real shot because of name recognition, pure name recognition. And one of the basic facts is he doesn't take lobbyist money. He brags about it. That's what Bernie Sanders does. He doesn't have a super PAC. He doesn't get influenced. The main talking point for Bernie is getting rid of money in politics. And Donald Trump boasts about it. He says, I won't get persuaded with money or lobbyists because I'm rich. Noxiously, but people are understanding. Both sides of the aisle, they know the reason is money in politics. They want to get rid of money in politics, and the right is flocking towards Donald Trump. Rightly so. He has been right on so many issues. They might have trust issues. Some of them who aren't in the Trump camp might have trust issues with Trump. But overall, I'm saying he's coming out as a winner, man. He's gonna win. That's what I feel. Not the general. I cannot speculate about the general election, but as a GOP nominee, he's got a very big shot. This is not going to be a repeat of 2012, as far as I know. That was an outlier. That isn't the norm. This is something that United States politics has never seen before. The rise of Donald Trump and the rise of Bernie Sanders. This might well be, I don't know where Jeb Bush ranks right now. Donald Trump has decimated Jeb Bush to an extent that the 100 million donations that he got for his super PAC, those donors, they're scared shitless. They're in panic mode, man. It says they're not in panic mode yet, which we all know they are. He's in 7th position or something, one of those polls, which is crazy when he was leading and is still considered front runner. It just blows my mind. This is not a storm. The Donald Trump thing is not a storm. People in the right are flocking to him, and they're here to stay. 97% in one of the polls say they would support Donald Trump no matter what. Have a look at that poll. What does it show? They connect with him, and that is something these candidates are not good at doing, as far as I can see right now. Rand Paul, people predicted he's going to do really well. He might even be nominated. Wow. People online were really crazy. No way. No way. After the first debate performance, I got nothing against the guy, but Trump just blew him off. And Trump, in front of all the others, seems really, he seems like the guy in charge. He might not have the policies to back his decisions, but he seems like the guy who knows the guys who can fix the policies. I'm not supporting Trump, but that's the fact. That's how it is. That's how people are going towards Trump. And this is fascinating, man. This is really fascinating. Now, I wanted to take a look at the Democratic side. Who do I feel is going to be nominated the first, second, and third positions in the Democratic Party? Well, I'm biased, but I'm going to say Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders is going to be nominated as the Democratic nominee. Yeah, wishful thinking. Yeah, you might say, yeah, I wish. Nah, son. He is going to be nominated. If you look at the poll and the raise in his numbers and support, you know what I'm talking about. He is raising so much money in terms of individual contributions. You think the people that are contributing to Bernie Sanders' campaign don't have a vested interest in making sure he wins or voting for him? Of course they do. He has more than 400,000 people contributing to him. You might say, oh, that's spread out over the country. Okay. Have you seen his rallies? Have you seen the internet forums? Have you seen the excitement on the ground for Bernie Sanders, wherever he goes? If you're a guy, you don't like Bernie Sanders, I don't know. If you're a Democrat and you feel Hillary Clinton is the safe bet, you shouldn't be able to vote. If you think the policies of Hillary Clinton is better than Bernie Sanders, vote for Hillary Clinton. I have no issues with that. But you think Bernie Sanders' policy is much, much better than Hillary Clinton, and still you vote for Hillary Clinton? There's something wrong, fundamentally wrong with that. And now is the time for anybody who supports Bernie Sanders to make friendly conversations to their peers, their friends, anybody else as well, and make them understand that voting for Bernie can win, and Bernie will win. Because his rise, people are getting to understand what Bernie Sanders is all about and who Bernie Sanders is. And one of those polls I recently saw, it was Bernie is virtually 25% of the people polled haven't even heard of Bernie Sanders, and still he had a high favorability rating, which is to be expected of Bernie Sanders. He's a populist guy. He's for the common man. So this might be an election between Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump. Interesting and fascinating, man. And the other thing that Hillary should be watching out is for Joe Biden. If Joe Biden gets into the race, lots of anti-Hillary establishment Democrats might flock to Joe Biden. And hence, Bernie Sanders might just squeak through. So my pick is, if Joe Biden decides to run, which I think he would, I I'm saying he's going to be coming at second position, ahead of Hillary Clinton. I got nothing against Hillary, man, but it's just sad that she comes out as this dynastic politician. So she might wish all the good for the country, but it just feels better with Bernie Sanders. Joe Biden, I would say, has a pretty good shot as well. So, what do you guys think about who is going to be the nominee of the Democratic Party? Do you think Bernie Sanders really has a shot, or I'm way over my head? So, leave a comment below, and if you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe.